Hi y'all, this is Rachel Henson. Some of you might know me from Goat Yoga Houston. So don't worry, the goats are safe at home, but we're gonna do a 3-segment series on mind, body, and soul. Simple ways that you can live a healthy lifestyle. We're gonna start with body, and we're gonna break that down into 2 parts. We're gonna break it into nutrition and also into exercise. So the reason that we talk about nutrition so much is 80% of your battle is actually in your gut. It's not just with exercise. And I personally went through an experience where I was sick all the time. My stomach was inflamed, either bloating or just very uncomfortable. So I went to a physician and he put me on a special diet, and it cuts out almost all of your sugar. Sugar does a lot of bad things that we don't even think about on a day-to-day basis. It can make you age faster. Yes, I said age faster. It also breaks down some of your immunity because the sugar actually attracts bacteria and yeast to your body, which you don't need extra of that. So we're going to talk about what I like to call the Dr. Matthias diet. So that, like I said, is what I'm on. There are 3 different parts to the diet. There are things that you can have every day. There are things that you can have every other day. And there are things that you can never, ever have. I know it might sound really strict, but the results from it are fantastic. So let's start with things that you can eat every day. These are gonna be your greens, lettuce, cabbage. I guess cabbage isn't green, but you get my picture. Also, we can have all kinds of meats. As far as turkey, you can have your red meat. I personally stay away from it, but we can have seafoods. All kinds of good, healthy, nutritious foods are going to be in that one. Then every other day, you get a little bit extra. So you can even have red potatoes that day. Notice I said red and not brown. So everything on this diet is gonna be under 63% on your glycemic index. Once again, cutting down the sugar. So every other day even includes some alcohol for some of y'all out there that are interested in that. You can have a white tequila or a vodka mixed with something healthy, obviously water or cranberry juice. Then your never ever things are going to be things like fried foods, chocolate, bread is gonna be on that list beside your 9-grain wheat. And then just a few other things that we're gonna show you on the back screen that you just can't have. So I wanna talk about the proportions of your meal. So it needs to be 30% of protein, 30% of carbs, and 40% of omega acids. When I say 30% carbs, I know a lot of y'all out there are thinking carbs, yes. When I say carbs, I mean healthy carbs. So your healthy carbs are going to be your healthy greens, lettuce, spinach, kale, also cauliflower is in there, uncooked tomatoes, and also carrots. Those are all healthy carbs for you. But we are gonna stick away from those unhealthy carbs like rice, bread, really processed things that are really hard on the body to break down. So we wanna make a big difference between that. And when I talked about the 40% of the omega fatty acids, so those are gonna come from taking supplements. You wanna supplement your vitamin B and make sure you're getting plenty of that intake into the body. We also are going to put in some fish oils and some other omega oils. So those are some things that you can take at, you can go to your local nutrition store and ask some questions. And then everything, obviously, that I tell you, I want you to check with your doctor before starting, as my meal plan might not be good for you where it works for me. So after we now know what to put on our plate, 30, 30, and 40, I'm gonna give you some simple tricks that are just help your lifestyle so much with the diet on the road or just in general. So when I'm on the road, that is the hardest time to follow the diet. There's so many places I'd love to stop, McDonald's, Burger King, things like that. But after you're on this diet for a while, those things will make you start to feel really bad. So when I'm on the road, I either pre-pack my lunch, and I know some of you are rolling your eyes at that, but we also have some ideas for you that are not pre-packaged meals. Buc-ee's is a great selection. They have all kinds of fresh fruit and products. Then Panera also has a lot of great salads. Even Chick-fil-A, they fry their chicken in peanut oil instead of your other oil. So that's even a good choice if you want to go fried. I would say X on the waffle fries, but you're still getting a better food than you would if you went to McDonald's. And then lastly, Subway. Subway is a great alternative. I will recommend the 9-grain wheat. It's just out on the menu. They got rid of the 9-grain honey oat. That killed me, but it's really good for you, and it's gonna allow your body to process everything through really nicely. So another huge tip that I can give you is about drinking water. So that means no sodas. Sodas are gonna clog up things. They're going to add all kinds of color, fructose, and just things that aren't easy for your body to break down and naturally cause cellulite and other fattening things. And then they're also not good for your heart. So I think the recommended for women is about 12 ounces, 12 cups of water a day, and then about 15 for men. I know they say 8 is great, but they actually are recommending more now. So definitely water intake through the roof. The more of the water, the better for you. So then another tip that I think is really important for you is going to be lemon water. So that's a great way to start your day. Some people, it actually alkalines their body, makes it more pH balanced. Some people do wake up with heartburn, so everyone's gonna have a different reaction to those things. But lemon water, it increases circulation, and it's the good way to start your day. Anything, at night you sleep, that digestive system just kind of goes to bed. This is a really way to wake up and energize that body with a nice glass of lemon water. And all you do, squeeze half a lemon into water, and that's 82% of the vitamin C that you need for the day. So that's a really good, trick to get both in. So the last thing that I would close with are going to be some other supplements that you can add. Turmeric. I'm from Texas. I say it that way. I know somebody told me you say it turmeric. So if that's correct, we would ask you to add that. And then once again, the fish oils, the garlic oils, anything like that keeps you running. And then one thing I personally do is once a day, I drink 1 tablespoon of olive oil. It keeps everything running, that gut nice and fresh, and that's what we want for you. Healthier is better, right? And feeling better is feeling good. So the next part we're gonna move on into is your exercise routine. So exercise, I obviously am a yogi and I love doing goat yoga, but there's so many other forms of exercise that you can do. Especially at a time like this, it's great to be outside. Just the feeling of fresh air and the fresh air that you get in can make all the difference in your day. So I started 2 new things this summer, and it's been amazing for me. I started stand-up paddleboarding, and I cannot get enough. I cannot get enough of the sound of the waves. It's very peaceful for me. And also I get a great exercise paddling out there and then fighting the waves, because I actually prefer the ocean versus the lake. The other thing I started doing this summer to kind of balance out your yoga, because you want to balance. Yoga will strengthen and stretch your muscles, but just like any good thing, you need a good balance, just like the diet we talked about. So those are some things that I've incorporated in to balance out my yoga. Also weightlifting, I like to keep it to a minimum, but I do grab about a 10-pound weight, put it right here across my chest, and then slowly press back, because I need to work on my lower back. And a lot of yogis, to strengthen their core and do some of those crazy inversions that we like to do, that could really benefit you. This has been Rachel Henson with HLTV. Thank you so much for tuning in to our body part of our Mind, Body, and Soul series. Next, we're gonna talk about soul, and I'm gonna tell you how I survived 30 days in Nicaragua with no electricity.